Hey guys, here I'm outside. We got this thing here. We'll explain what we're gonna do with it in a second. But anyways, we got the poles in. You guys want more drum boats and V-hulls. You wanted V-hulls more than drum boats, so we have quite a bit of V-hull content coming up. And as far as drum boats going, well, Richard and I, we've looked for them, we can't find them. Like, unless you go to Vegas or Phoenix, and then it's like that's like a lot of work. Yeah, I don't know. Like, if you really want something, we're probably gonna do maybe a flat style drum boat. That's definitely on the list. But I want to redo this thing. We've never redone a Tracker Pro 170. Like, there are a lot of these out there. Sometimes you can scoop up for pretty cheap. Like, the person blew the motor. It's a lawn ornament, right? And this one, Richard was gonna let it go for like
$4,500.
Yeah, he was gonna let it go for. That's, to me, is pretty good for working. That's like a little tough out there. So, I mean, you might be able to run into it. Somebody's pain is your gain. But today we have this thing. So this one, somebody got rid of the carpet and put non-skid paint over the wood because apparently, you know, the carpet mildews and stinks and a lot of people can't stand it. And you can tell because they did that, the lids were all uneven because they're meant to be carpeted and not painted or turfed. So we will probably figure out what we're going to do with all this. You got this stuff? You put that on there? It's stuck on there?
Yeah.
How did it stick on there with no prep?
I don't know, but it's been on there for 2 years.
Dude, you didn't even do anything to preserve it, did you?
Nope, it's been in the sun for 2 years.
It's not even powdering.
Nope.
Look at that.
But this shit does. I don't know if
well, that's from Amazon.
Ah.
That was the black tip. Yeah, that's not going to make it.
So
it doesn't have the UV inhibitors that HydroTurf has, like, straight out to make it. That's pretty cool. I didn't know you did that. It's the color itself. It's weird. The color itself faded, but it didn't disintegrate. Like, it's fine.
Evenly. You wouldn't know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Looks like it was almost made that way. Like, all right. So we got these. Dang, Richard, you really need a boat cover. Dang, those seats are.
I got a brand new boat cover. Never been used.
What are you gonna do about these?
I have two extra seats.
You do?
Yeah.
Good. All right, we're gonna have to use those.
And I don't like the center seat.
No, we can get rid of that thing with the 2 extra seats. Yeah, these seats are unusable.
Not the frames though.
Standard little Tracker console.
That's stock.
I know, it's pretty nice.
That's 2016 technology.
Little Havasu sun bubble there. Yeah. Yep. Typical Tracker with a.
Look at that. Back is foamed.
Did you put that in there?
No, this is all stock.
No, somebody put that in there because the foam and the wood. That's weird. Whatever. Okay, well, dang. It'd be kind of a mess to pull. We're going to have to figure out what we're going to do here if we're going to pull off the whole deck.
I would leave the back because that's all your...
I mean, if that's stuck to it, then that will stick to this. Maybe we can just resurface these and then maybe just replace this piece. Or we can resurface this too.
Replace this.
You want to just resurface this with like an orbital sander, or I even have a belt sander. We can just we can go get a Harbor Freight surface like conditioner, and it'll condition the whole shit. This boat has not had a good life.
It's been rough. It has seen its share of shallow water.
Okay,
but it doesn't leak.
No, it still runs. The bigger thing though is we are kind of getting into bow fishing because it is fun. It is extremely fun to do. We never shoot anything because we suck at aiming. Like, we just always shoot at the fish and then it goes away. We're going to put actual lights here and we're going to make little light boxes. That'll probably be the most major mod to the boat is we'll have light boxes on this boat. We'll have pretty significant lights. And the battery layout we choose to put in here is going to have to be something that we do. We're not going to be using a generator. We're going to be using a very, very, very powerful lithium battery from Epic. Probably go right there. Is that a rod locker?
Yes.
Oh. That's a rod locker, huh?
I think we put them where the center seat would be.
You put the battery where the center seat would be? And then that's the live well. No, that's just
live well's right here.
I got to figure something out. We got to figure it out. But that battery is rather large and you need a compartment for it. So we'll figure it out. Anyways, we're going to get to getting and ripping this thing up.
Room under here when we pop this off.
All right. Richard and I, we're here at Lowe's. We're going to get the front deck piece. Well, they have those inside. They have like a million. They're rode up right there. All right, so we got this piece of wood. and it is, where the hell is it?
$45.
Well, I don't care how much it is.
$54.
It's dramatically cheaper than a $400 sheet of aluminum. It's $54, isn't it?
Yeah. 54.23.
23, 30 seconds. You want the nicest sheet you can get because you're really supposed to use marine grade, but marine grade is so expensive and very, very hard to find, even in like a boat place, that your best bet is to find the nicest sheet of construction plywood. Not veneer plywood, not like the oak or cedar plywood, because that has veneer layers in it and it'll crumble and break within like a month or two, no matter what you do to it. So this, we're gonna go ahead and just preserve this Arizona style. Take out the old deck, figure some things out and do it. All right, so we got a box fan because we need to work in that garage. It's gonna be piss hot today. These, kind of excited about these. They got like a new nozzle, but we're gonna be painting the outside of the boat this color, getting rid of that weird tracker red.
Tracker red.
And one sheet of plywood. You know, see what this totals up to, because we are on a strict budget here. We're broke. Every once in a while, this truck becomes kind of a lot, but then I quickly remember why I got it. Whole sheets of plywood, no trailer. All right, it's in here. We're gonna start just kind of taking weird stuff off. I don't know why these are here. It's kind of weird.
Find those in the lake.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
A golf ball weighs 1 ounce. You know how much a 1 ounce sinker costs?
No.
More than a free golf ball.
All right. So far, we're into it. 136 bucks with the wood and the paint and the shop van, which we desperately need.
And Mike's smart water.
And smart water, yeah. Add that to the project budget. We're gonna surface condition this with orbital sanders and belt sanders. We're gonna have to take these off too. No?
It should fit through there.
Just don't remember how it goes.
Yeah. Ouch. That's hot.
What are we gonna do with this? I think it's actually pretty hard to get off. It's destroying itself. So if the adhesive sticks on the HydroTurf enough, then you'll destroy it trying to get it off. So this is actually stuck pretty good to the worst surface ever. I don't know if you guys knew this, but before this boat, I was trying to build a pontoon boat to accomplish this same task, but it was pretty hard. I just got hurt while working on it, and yeah, I don't know if I have the budget for it anymore. So I have a bunch of leftover parts I was going to stick into that pontoon boat that I'm just going to transfer over to this boat. So I think we can make a pretty epic platform. Won't be as big or as stable or hold as many people, but it will be awesome. And for anybody wondering what these lights are, these are from Flash Lights. These are their like flounder light bars made for gigging and bow fishing. Now we could have went and got some crazy elaborate, super high power, needing a generator lights, but those come with a lot of maintenance, a lot of problems. And one thing about Flash Lights, these light bars are extremely high quality, very durable, mostly problem free, and they have a lifetime, almost no questions asked warranty. So they're by far the better choice in terms of simplicity. And plus I already had them. I was going to use them for that pontoon boat, but I'll just get more. They come in 20 inch, 30 inch, and 50 inch, and they have these little cubes for like dead spots, like right around where the front tapers. We'll be able to cover pretty much the whole boat with only 2 small areas where we're going to enter the boat, and everything else is just going to light up. Boom. Bright. You're going to penetrate that water really good. And out here we're in pretty clear water, and even the Nightlight light bars, like those Harbor Freight light bars, even those will work in this water, just not very well. These will work tons better, way more powerful, way more durable. We just have these mounted in the moment for sizing, and obviously for vision and dimension of the frame. We will now be conjuring up some sort of box for the whole thing with a void that you're going to walk in right here, or you can just step over it onto the deck. They're not going to be very high, about 8 inches, right? 6? Yeah, about 6 to 8 inches. They're going to just be barely on top, and that would stop for dead spots. Now what's really, really important for the dead spots is like right here, where there's a definite dead spot there with the curvature of the boat. Then we have them peaked right here. Now normally people try, if we had a big enough boat, and a wider front, then we could run a trolling motor right in front of these or right in between these. But since we don't have that, we're gonna go ahead and stick with our other design that we had for the original bow rig, where we had that kind of box design on top and the trolling motor on top also. So we'll be making this bow plate raise up even higher to stow more stuff and do more things. To be able to have a trolling motor on top of the boxes that will slant down somewhere right in front of here, so it doesn't hinder any of this stuff. But we'll have pretty much a full setup. It'll be pretty cool. We have the Epic batteries, 400 amp hour lithium battery. So IP67 rated, virtually waterproof. It's got Bitron connections. It's got even dip switches if you want to link them together, like for an RV setup, like for advanced motorhome setups. Power on and off, Bluetooth. It's got the most things you can stick in a battery, this thing has. And all their higher end casing like that is how it's done. And here's where we'll have an actual battery monitor. A lot of people miss battery monitors now that lithiums have come to account. And those old battery monitors that worked on AGMs and lead acids, they no longer work on lithium. So this one actually has a battery monitor, and we're super excited to use it. And then so it's perfect. Perfect. Okay, so guys and gals, we decided to raise the deck to make the ultimate bow fishing experience. So that means we don't need this deck. So it means we're trying to salvage this. So we pulled this out, right? And that's a rod tooth. So Richard was constantly breaking eyelets and his poles, and he couldn't figure out why. But now we know. Tracker. Good job, Tracker. That's a win right there.
That is a win.
I've never seen that in so many boats, dude. I don't know. Dang. I personally delayed your boat because it was a tracker.
Whatever.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video up to this point. Please hit that like button if you're still here. It does help this video go out to more people like yourself who may benefit from this content. Also check us out on Patreon for more exclusive content not available to the YouTube public. We also have a large establishment on Facebook, including one of the largest groups, if not the largest, for stuff like this. It's an entire community of people just showing off their stuff. Check it out. And of course, come to tbnation.net. If you want to see those light bars from flashlights or anything else using this boat, it's coming from here. See you out there. All right, guys, let's see what we got here so far in terms of progress. So this is how we mounted them. They have these pretty nifty little mounts. They can go down with self-tappers or through bolts. We can't through bolt these. We could, but it'd be kind of a mess. We're going to try and use self-tappers. If they start shaking loose, then we'll through bolt them. But then we'll be talking about some other stuff going down on here. Totally able to be done because this gunnel is really super thick. But these flashlights, so happy to have these on here. I can't wait to see them. Everything I ever get from them is brilliance. It's just brilliant beyond measure. And it always works. They don't turn yellow or fade or start going out. They're just nice, nice, nice. They also have these little vibrating things back here. These heat ventilation deals, and then these keep them from vibrating and making sounds. So it's quiet. That in conjunction with the batteries should just be a nice quiet setup. No need for a generator, all that nonsense. And then so we're trying to make it so it's still fishable. Like it's not just a complete boat. I believe in sportsman rigs out here. They're multi-use sportsman rigs. Last time we pulled off one way bigger and way more expensive and way more time consuming than this one, but we're going to try and do a diet version of that one with still a lot of really nice things, but essentially accomplishing the same deal of being able to fish really well, but also bow fish, and then also be an entertaining rig with things on here that make it just fun for anybody, family, friends, you want to get down and do whatever. This has evolved. We were going to do the wood decks, but now we decided we're going to run this farther back to accommodate the bigger light, and then running wood past this spot and down this slope. It get a little messy. If that's all you got, all you got. If you're willing to do the work, it's fine. But I have like a robust inventory of aluminum sheets, and that's the only reason I'm gonna go ahead and forego the wood. But the wood would have worked. We painted it. We resurfaced this. You can't tell because there's metal shavings everywhere, but we resurfaced this with oil-based enamel from Rust-Oleum and smoothed it all out. And so turf will absolutely stick here. So we are going to returf this old wood, and the cracks and everything, they're kind of refilled with the paints, and kind of it's good. It's going to last a long time. It's never going to see the sun again, so it'll be all right. We'll be having a hatch here. I decided we're probably going to have another hatch here, a few access hatches welded in the frame here, just the sections to hold the light box. Then we need to carry the light box through here in the frame, which we extended here. I don't know, it's got like more complicated than I wanted to, but then we have this grand vision of possibly just making this thing so sick. If you ever look at anybody who's running like fishing charters or boat fishing charters, their boats are nuts. So we need to like have a boat that's also kind of on par with all of those. There's just some really, really nice ones out there, and we're trying to make this thing do it still. This is our TB Nation foot pedal tray, and I just made a frame specifically for it. There it is, and that just slides right in there. We'll end up probably sheeting this with 1/8 and then making rails on top or something, because we were trying to keep this and then also keep the rod locker, because that would have been cool. Some place to stow your bows and then some place to store your rods. But the more we think about it, these compartments are pretty terrible, and so are these hatches. And we also need a dead box, so you can't just shoot a fish and then just leave it out there floating around. It's actually technically illegal, so you got to bring them in. So we need a place to store them. Now we could just get a 50-gallon drum like everybody else, or we could just make an actual specific box for them, and it'll probably be this thing. We'll probably make this whole thing a dead box, but we'll have to do things to it to make it worthy of holding that. And then we also have a live well back here. We'll lose our rod storage, but the rod storage is not terribly impressive and can't really fit big rods in there to begin with, you would think. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. We could also just make the floor elevated. If you look at a lot of these rigs, they have an elevated floor, a center console. It's farther back, so the front is more usable. And then back here, they kind of just have whatever. So we're kind of thinking about how we're going to pull this off. Like generally it's done on bigger rigs, like 18, 19, 20-foot John boats. This one is almost 18. So it's on a little on the smaller side, but it's still got a lot of potential. And we're also thinking about making something in the back here to kind of like a pulling platform that could possibly hold a cooler, because the cooler is something you need to have fun, and there's just no place to put one here unless you put it on top of the deck and sit on it. I mean, there's options. How we do the front, though, will have to be very unique, because I don't believe in that hand tiller nonsense. I think it's stupid. A lot of boat fishermen love the hand tiller, like the bow mount hand control, and I just, nope. We're running an Ultrex or an Ulterra or Tarova. We're running something else up here other than that thing. So that's happening on this boat. And we're probably, as much as I wanted to keep this console, we're probably going to get rid of it. Main reason, because I don't know, that's a problem. Like, I don't want to mess with somebody else's like odd wiring. I've hated having to do that. So we're probably gonna, if we're gonna run like a micro center console to kind of keep things plush so people can move around, then we're just gonna get rid of this thing. It's also gonna hinder the box idea that we have. In anything else, we're gonna have to like worry about it. We can make this boat actually really cool. Like, I don't have a whole lot of money to throw in this boat, but I have a whole lot of extra like supplies and knowledge, and to make it pretty cool before I start running into budgeting problems. So I'm trying to just make it work with what I have and keep the additional spending on new things to a bare minimum. So far we are in like $200 because I bought like some more things like hardware, but you know, some things are unavoidable. It's all the little things that eat up all your money. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. I'm gonna be working on this thing probably until it's done, until it cools down. I mean, I need boats that I can fit in this garage. It's still really hot. It was acting like it was gonna get cool, and then it turned around and flipped around and went really ultra hot again. And it really probably not going to see any relief from it until for like another month. So I think I can get this boat done in that kind of time frame. But I do want to do series on it like these. I know you guys like more videos like these. I'm going to try and just do more of these. They're better for both of us. Way less stress for me, and I think you guys enjoy it more. So let me know what you guys think and other things you might want to see in this boat, because it's still very, very early in the design. If one of you guys have a good idea, throw it out there and we'll give you credit for it and implement it in the boat. Thank you.